In this episode of the Roadside MBA, we visit the Rosa Brothers Milk Company in Central California.
Okay, who's ever milked a cow before?
Where we get our hands dirty on the farm.
Oh yeah, now she's got it. Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Find out what root beer flavored milk tastes like.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good.
And learn why product differentiation is the key to helping your small business stand out in a crowded commodity market where you have to convince your customers to pay more to survive. We're on the road, heading south from San Francisco. 3 economics professors leaving our day jobs behind, off on a journey into California's agricultural heartland. This area that we're in the middle of now is called the Central Valley of California. It's full of dairy farms. This is Tulare County. The dairy industry here brings in as much as $1.8 billion a year, more than any other county in the United States. We've come to find out what it takes to make it in the milk business.
Hello.
Hi, Roland.
Hi, good to see
Scott,
you guys.
good to see you.
Scott.
Roland Rosa is a third-generation dairy farmer. He and his brother Noel inherited the family farm 16 years ago.
So thanks for coming out. Are you guys interested in the full tour or just kind of a
We're ready in a tour. We're ready for a tour. We want to see some dairy cows.
We want to see
Good.
some cows.
Yeah.
Good. We've got plenty of cows here.
Roland takes us to the milking barn, where the production process begins.
Okay, who's ever milked a cow before?
Milking the cow wasn't my favorite thing that I did today.
There's a teat canal there, and so you want to grab at the top and kind of push the milk down, and then it'll come out.
I was nervous when I was milking the cow. I thought I might get kicked. It went smoother than I thought. Milk actually came out, which I was a little bit surprised.
So this one goes on this quarter here.
Then you put the vacuums on each of the teats, and the rest is sort of vacuumed or sucked out through a tube.
It kind of simulates what you're doing with your hand. So those pulses of milk go through a sensor and then goes into the pipeline.
I always sort of wondered, how do they get all that milk that they, even had in the production area? How do they get all that milk? Well, now I understand, because those cows are full of milk.
Next, he shows us where all those full-grown cows come from.
This is the area where the calves are born. That's a calf that was just born this morning.
Just this morning.
Right.
Wow.
I also really liked seeing the baby cow. That was kind of cute, wasn't it?
Calves have just huge eyes. It was kind of looking up at me, wondering why I was there.
So first thing you want to do if you're going to feed it, you want them to be standing up so they can swallow properly.
Get up, little guy. So you have to reach your fingers into the cow's mouth, very sharp teeth, and then following behind that, you have to come in with the bottle. There we go. You would think the cow would be hungry, right? This is a cow that has to grow, so it needs to eat, but yet you kind of had to convince it that that had to happen. Squirting some milk into the cow's mouth forcibly would show the cow that this is a good place to get a meal. Oh yeah, now she's got it. Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Roland and his brother Noel enjoy being farmers, but they say it can be a hard way to make a living.
The state of California sets the price for milk. We're all going to get the same price. No matter what processor we go to, the state sets a minimum price, and that's all the processors pay. In 2009, we saw a situation where our input costs really went up and the value of our product completely went down, and there was such a disparity there. There was no way that any dairy farm in California was going to survive. And so it was a situation where you realize you can't run a business like that. We have to have some control over the product pricing.
A couple of years ago, they said, okay, how can we separate ourselves? How can we differentiate ourselves from all these other dairy farmers around here? And they said, let's move down the vertical chain of production. Let's vertically integrate forward into producing milk rather than just taking it out of cows and selling it to big processors. We're going to process it ourselves and have actual milk that we are going to sell to consumers.
So they built their own milk processing plant.
Okay, so I have a large and an extra large.
Noel showed us around.
We had to put on ridiculous white clothing.
I am a doctor, so I feel as though this is appropriate attire.
You're a doctor of economics. That's different. We had to wash our hands.
Soap and hot water. After you dry your hands, sanitizer.
We had to step through with our shoes some sort of foot bath of disinfectant. And all that's to make sure that nothing is getting into the milk bottles except for milk.
Rui, this is Paul, Scott, and Mike.
Hi, Paul. Nice to meet you.
How you doing, Roy?
Hi, nice to meet you. They'd like to know how you make the milk.
Their facility is much smaller than many of the other milk factories around here, which means their production costs are significantly higher than their competitors. So they needed to find a way to convince customers to pay more for their milk.
Of course, that's difficult unless you have some way of presenting a different value proposition, some way of not being just another gallon of plastic milk in a refrigerator.
You can't make any money doing that if you just make milk the way the other guys make it. So they said, let's try to figure out a way we can do that and sell it at a higher price. And they figured out a way. And it's by making the milk in glass bottles.
We researched this for a couple of years, and part of our research was my brother went online and found farms that were bottling their own milk across the country. And I visited dairies that were in plastic jugs and visited dairies that were in glass. And what I found was the guys who were in plastic were really struggling to differentiate their product. And so in the end, what they ended up doing was they ended up competing with the big store brands on price.
So Noel and Roland decided to offer their milk in glass bottles rather than plastic. If consumers preferred the taste of milk bottled in glass or recognized glass bottles as a symbol of quality, they could charge a higher price and still sell milk.
The key to differentiation for Rosa Brothers was the glass bottle. The glass bottle was a symbol to customers that the product was different and the product was better.
So what we have here is our filler machine. The bottles will come in here. As the bottles are pushed up against the rubber boot there, it opens the flow. The milk flows into the bottles, and then the bottle will come over here. And then as it gets to the end of the line, we'll have a person take the bottle off of the line and put it into the cases. So this is our skim milk, partially filled bottle coming off of the line. Why don't you give it a taste?
That's good stuff.
Good.
Do you have any cereal?
Yes.
This is where all those bottles come to be cleaned before the milk goes in.
So this is our bottle washing room. This machine takes them through a hot water caustic bath, and then it does a series of rinses, and then it does a sanitizer, and the bottles come out clean. They go directly onto the conveyor and directly to be refilled.
Noel put us to work washing bottles.
I'm getting the hang of it.
But as we loaded the washer, we wondered, why can't the big milk processors just put their milk into glass bottles and sell it at a lower price, putting Rosa Brothers out of business? Turns out their factories are too big. One broken bottle would be a disaster.
Everyone that I spoke to in the industry prior to us starting our plant, when I mentioned glass and a food processing facility, they just said, no way. Because if you have a large processing facility, you have multiple lines, if one glass shard were to fly from this line and it could contaminate thousands of bottles of milk. We have one line. If there was a problem, we could stop the line and we could clear everything out easily.
How did you get distribution into the supermarkets?
That was the big hurdle. The supermarkets didn't want to talk to us. They're like, we don't want to have to handle those bottles coming back. We were so glad when Coke quit doing that years ago, and we don't want to go back to those days. And we have our own milk processing plant. The major supermarkets have their own milk processing plant so that they can supply their own stores. They said, we view you as competition. We don't want anything to do with you. So we got the door slammed in our face, okay, multiple times.
So they started selling their milk directly to consumers.
We went to farmers markets and did tastings, started selling at farmers markets to kind of build this grassroots campaign. So we were out there at the farmers markets talking about it, and people say, well, why can't we buy this in the grocery store? Ask for it. We put on the side of our distribution trucks. Ask for it at your local grocer.
Then they got their big break.
Then we went to a food show and we won New Product of the Year. We got a lot of press with that. And so a lot of people were talking about our products, so then we got the call from some of the major retailers, yeah, we need to talk to you. So that groundswell of people pressuring the dairy manager, who then pressured the store manager, who then pressured the district manager, who then went to corporate and said, we need this product in our store.
Another way Rosa Brothers Milk stands out from the competition is its unique flavors.
Okay, guys,
Wow.
here we have some flavor samples.
Nice.
Chocolate, root beer float, orange cream.
Milk does taste better when it's fresh. It also tastes better when you put a lot of sugar in it.
Orange cream tastes like a 50-50 bar. So the sherbet with the vanilla ice cream and milk.
Time to revisit a sweet taste from childhood.
This tastes exactly the way you described it.
Yeah.
It tastes
Completely like
just
an
like
orange
that.
creamsicle.
Orange popsicle.
It's really good. If my
I like-
kids knew this existed, I would have to be down here buying it all the time.
This tastes like the last sip of a root beer float.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. The root beer is delicious.
The milks I knew, you could tell that they tasted a little bit better because of the glass bottle, but the variety of different flavors, those milks were distinct. And that's really key in a differentiation strategy, to make sure your products are sufficiently distinct so that if you find the people that really get a kick out of orange creamsicle milk, well then I've got something that definitely appeals to them and we can make a match.
Now he's gonna get the cream and put in the correct number of gallons.
They also use the excess cream, that's a byproduct of making low-fat milk, to make ice cream.
I'd like to try coconut and chocolate.
This is the one that tastes like an Almond Joy bar.
The ice cream tastes great.
Oh, this is delicious. I could sit here and eat that the rest of the day.
This is like my ideal. This is awesome.
I had the pistachio ice cream, which was excellent. I would buy that if it were available where I live.
Noel says they use all natural ingredients, and they don't use preservatives like the big manufacturers because they don't have to ship their ice cream so far. But we think that Rosa Brothers might have a harder time competing in the ice cream market against the likes of Ben & Jerry's and Haagen-Dazs.
It's harder to differentiate yourself in terms of packaging with ice cream than with milk. There are already established competitors in that space. So I think that's the fun story to follow over the next few years about Rosa Brothers, is what's going to happen with the ice cream side.
So let me ask the final question. If we drive by back, if we're ever stupid enough to rent an RV again and drive out this way, if we drive down K Street or wherever you are in downtown Tulare 5 to 10 years from now, what are we gonna see?
I think it's going to look exactly the same, but some of those buildings along K Street that don't have any signs will probably be additional warehousing and additional facilities for us.
And in my Palo Alto grocery store, am I gonna see Rosa Brothers by 5, 10 years from now?
Yes.
All right, we have that on tape.
We've had fun hanging out with the Rosa Brothers. But now it's time to say goodbye and get back on the road. We're headed south to Adelanto, California, a small city on the edge of the Mojave Desert, where we're hoping to find American manufacturing alive and well in a place you might least expect it.